welcome to Thompson Chemists, where we have the live Thompson Street Medicine Show every second, fourth, and fifth Tuesday of the month.
Forever.
And now,
Maybe we're our 8th year.
8th year.
Yeah, we just started our 8th year of doing this nonsense.
Well, I'm doing coffee talk today, and you know what I want to know?
Tell me about it.
I want to know how you started, and then how you started to come here, and blah, blah, blah.
And blah, blah, blah. Luckily I grew up in New York City and started playing music when I was, I think, 2. So I'm told. I'm told I had little blowing instruments that I was playing when I was 2. And went to school down on 16th Street here in Manhattan.
Must be Friends Seminary.
Friends Seminary, yes, that's where I learned how to be a good Quaker and not to get into trouble. And
did you go to classes all the time, or did you skip them?
I did skip a few classes. That is true. I was big on Coney Island for skipping classes. I loved the roller coaster, and I'm scared of it now. But then I loved going there. And Ebbets Field, I did go to.
Nobody caught you?
Nobody cared. My parents didn't care. They were busy.
They're busy.
I don't think my parents looked at my report cards.
Did they think they had somebody talented in the house?
They thought I was just, all I wanted to know if I was happy. That's all I ever heard. They didn't say, did you do your homework? Did you practice?
They didn't care.
No. So I had no discipline, but I was disciplined.
You have to be disciplined to play music.
Yeah, and I ride the subways when you're 10 years old. You got to, have some sense of what's going on. And I grew up playing clarinet and saxophone, which I'm still playing. And then started playing guitars and singing and being a folk singer when I got to college and heard Pete Seeger. And played in the Village a lot when I was in the 60s, in the good old days, the Gaslight, which was fun. And then I was in the film business for 30 years, still played a lot of music, but I'd stopped performing until I was doing a film down in Nashville. And I saw a dobro, a slide guitar in the music store. And I said, that might be fun to play.
Dobro.
And it took over my life. And started playing bluegrass. And then started running bluegrass jams in the cities here in the 90s. And I think that's kind of when we met, late 90s.
We opened here in 1994.
Right, and we moved down here in 84.
You're 10 years senior.
A few more years senior than you.
To the neighborhood.
To the neighborhood, yeah. And I think we became friends. You became my drugstore of choice. And then I remember Gary saying to me, I think it was your 25th anniversary. He said, Bob, you got a band. Why don't you have a party here and have fun? And lo and behold, that was 8 years ago.
I remember that. I remember when you walked in, and I thought you were going to come like 1 or 2 people, and you came with a whole bunch of people to play music. I was like, what? All these people?
Yeah.
And then it got bigger and bigger and bigger every week. Every other week.
Every other week. And sometimes depends on that magical fifth. But and even during COVID, we managed to keep this going on Zoom for like a year.
That was.
Yeah, none of us liked that, but
it kept us all together, though.
It did.
I think it made it stronger.
Yeah, because when we came back, everybody was both the crowd and the neighborhood was so excited to get it back, and that's when we started doing it more of it outside.
Gary loves outside.
Well, I like outside too because it gives us more room to play in here. But people are freezing; they're not going to sit and listen to country music.
No, they got to stay warm.
Got to stay warm and have a little whiskey and maybe a little wine. That's
part of the deal. Keep everybody's blood flowing here. But when you came and you decided to do that with Gary, did you think it was going to turn out to be like an every other week?
No.
Did you think the community would keep coming and coming and coming?
No, I mean, I always love to find places to play and to jam, because the jam that I've been running for 25 years, we've been thrown out of, 7 or 8 nice places because, either a late night brawl or, the neighbors upstairs object to the music.
I think the people love to play here at Thompson Chemists, the pharmacy.
Yes.
And I think they enjoy playing here because everybody pays so much attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
To the band that it's such a pleasure to watch.
And it's also music at 6 o'clock instead of late at night. So a lot of people, with kids or older, they don't want to stay out till 2 in the morning.
Everybody engages themselves.
Absolutely, sings along. Yeah.
And when he says sing along, we were very, very lucky because Bob it was always called sheriff and the deputy. And the deputy is Kat. And Kat wrote a song. I mean, she writes her own songs, and she made the theme song for Thompson Chemists. And,
That's right. Yeah.
everybody goes outside. It's a little bit of the theme song, and there were a lot of good things came out of that, because you have the Medicine Man, and you have Mama J.
That's right.
That we were both named by Kat. I'm Mama J, and Gary's the Medicine Man, and we've named all of our CBD line Mama J's.
Right.
And in the interim of all that, everybody in the world has merchandise, except for the Thompson Street Medicine Show and Thompson Chemists.
Well, you got lots of merchandise
that we're starting
this kind
now. So
beautiful.
now we have the Thompson Street Medicine Show T-shirts.
Which looks great. That's my favorite T-shirt right away.
This is our new one, and it's going to be for sale starting ASAP.
Whew.
And
the whole neighborhood's going to be wearing them.
Everybody's going to be wearing them. We're going to have hats soon, right?
Yeah.
And other things. What are we having? What are we going to have? Hats, maybe hoodies, and these T-shirts. And for everybody that wants to catch it, now you know that this man has been in the village since 1984. But
no, I started playing in the village. The first gig I had was in 1959
there you go. Now I got it out of him.
with Wavy Gravy at the Gaslight. You know who Wavy Gravy?
Of course.
Yeah. He wasn't Wavy. He was Hugh Romney, village poet, and he hadn't become Wavy Gravy. And we were at in neighborhood playhouse together. And he said, "Hey Bob, you play music. I have to do this poetry down there. You can play during the poetry, and do a few songs in between the poets." And my first gig.
And he used to play at Washington Square Park all the time because I used to see him.
Used to? I still do.
I'm sorry, he still does.
I go out and play in the park,
Well, but
not my side. I usually bring a guitar there, not the side. I think I'll do the saxophone.
Now he's going to do the saxophone because now
Washington Square Park got so noisy now that they let all.
It's not the same.
No.
So it's a little rough.
Nothing,
but you can all come here, and everybody can ask us everything about the Thompson Street Medicine Show, and you can talk to Sheriff Bob because he's worth it.
You guys know in Soho.
He is the village. I mean, anybody that walks around Soho, if you see him walking around, you're going to know that he's the original village. He is the OG.
That's because I'm older than everybody else.
No, you're young. You're young at heart.
That I try.
Yeah.
I try.
You want to give him a little
Sure.
toot? Right here.
All right.
And we thank you for joining us for Coffee Talk today.
Second, fourth, and fifth Tuesday of every month. Now, every month doesn't have a fifth Tuesday, as I'm sure you're aware, but every month has a second and fourth. So come on by, 6 o'clock. It's where it's happening.
This is the place. Where else in New York City or in the world can you find a bluegrass show in a pharmacy?
Nowhere.
Right here.
Right here.
Right here.
Right
we are proud. We are very proud to have that here, and I don't know how to thank you.
That's a pleasure. I'm here every day.
Well, you got to be here every day.
That's right.
He brings his dog too.
Yeah, we didn't bring the dog this time because my dog would cause trouble.
Yeah, Owsley does too.
Owsley's such a good dog.
But he's asleep.
Cool.
Yay!